Bruce, tell me, what does Santa Cruz mean to you?
It's where I was born and raised, and really my dad was basically born and raised here too. I mean, he was from Capitola, and of course, other than his military time, he spent all the rest of his time here. Built a business here, as you know. He had a new car dealerships here in Santa Cruz.
Yes.
Spent his whole life doing that.
Yeah.
Raised me in that business. I mean, because I loved it. I mean, I loved cars since I was 4. So I grew up and you know, I was at his business every minute I had, you know, other than schooling and stuff. I was always there learning all of his trades. So, and you know, over the years I went other places. I didn't live other places, but I went lots of places, you know, in different parts of the world because I raced cars. And
Yes.
and you know, I always came back home and liked this place as much or better than anywhere I went. I mean, I found some cool places when I went racing and stuff, but Santa Cruz to me it's kind of perfect, you know.
Yeah, nothing matches it, does it?
No,
So it sounds
I
like
mean,
you got Santa Cruz in your blood, and
Yeah.
you got cars in your blood, and
Yeah.
tell me about this facility here.
You know, when I grew up, when I worked for my dad, I worked in every department in his businesses, and then eventually started my own dealerships in 1981. And I had new car dealerships. I had a Porsche, Audi, BMW dealership in Monterey, and I had Lamborghini and Maserati, and then a Mitsubishi store here in Santa Cruz. So I had a handful of franchises. And when I grew up with my dad, it was a different business. It was a handshake, meet a friend, make a friend business. You know, that's how cars were sold.
Yeah.
And all the old school guys in Santa Cruz that sold cars, they knew every customer, and every customer knew who they were. And that changed during the course I was in it. It became what I call a commodity business. It was just numbers and volume and stuff. And it really wasn't a business that I enjoyed. And I've always, you know, if I don't love something, I'm not going to do it very well. And I'm such a 100% kind of person that either I'm going to be totally passionate about it or I'm going to do something else. So in '93, I got rid of the dealerships, sold them off, and closed one, but sold most of them off and stuff, and started what this business is today on a very small level, and basically a building on Water Street, and then I built another building on Water Street, and then, you know, added another one, and grew out of that, and then we ended up here in Scotts Valley, and this was fortunate because this was a Seagate building.
Right.
And
Yes.
when I purchased it, it was literally pennies on the dollar. So and it was twice as big as what I thought I could ever use, and now it's half as big as what we need. But we were lucky because I loved collector cars and old cars and working on them. And you know, the world has taken on cars as a passion. I mean, people have really got into cars that were never into cars. And you know, you could do a car event every day somewhere in the world, actually
Right.
somewhere in the United States. I mean, there's concourses and road events and vintage races and you name it. You could, if you were retired, and you could literally get up every morning and have something to do with cars. So, so that we really had a business that grew up because the world decided that, you know, this was the new art form was the car, and they're going to play with it and restore them and show them and everything, and our timing was perfect. So.
Well, and you did your share of racing yourself too, didn't you?
I did, yeah.
Yeah,
I did.
yeah.
I raced a lot until the 80s, and then in the 80s I kind of had to make a decision whether I wanted to race for a living, and I had plenty of job offers to do it, to sign a contract and just race, or do my own business, and I kind of decided I wanted racing to be fun, and I said my work will be my business. I didn't want racing to be my work.
Yeah.
And so I made that decision, which was hard, you know, because a lot of times I look back and said, well, I could be in the Indy 500 this year because I tested those cars, and I said, or I could be doing this, and you know, and I got to race a lot of big races, so it was fine, and I still play with the race cars, you know, on and off. So.
Well, it seems to me what matters is just having the opportunity to do something that you're 100% passionate and all in on.
Exactly.
You've had a life to do that, haven't you?
I have created one.
Yeah.
So Bruce, what do you believe in our community giving back to those who are less fortunate?
I tell everybody, I was fortunate to be born here and raised here. And a lot of people can't afford to live here. And we see it in our employees. we're trying to hire people from outside the area all the time. We have a shortage of employees on a regular basis, and you know, if you weren't here a long time ago, or had enough income to be able to just buy into living here now, it's pretty hard. And we see a lot of people that basically make a decent wage and can barely survive.
What has driven you to invest in the food bank and donate to the food bank for the last 25 years?
Well, you know, over the years we've donated money into lots of different things outside the area, and more I just kind of come back to doing it here. It's home.
What sparked your recent generous donation announcement?
Mainly, we're fortunate that our business is doing pretty well. You know, the products we sell, the cars we sell, the collectible cars are not inexpensive. And so we decided that we would basically donate for every car that's sold. We're able to manage our business almost at normal levels. We have customers that are interested in buying our products in spite of everything that's going on. And we felt it was an opportunity for us to, you know, give back to the community, in this case, you know, Second Harvest Food Bank. And we're just fortunate that we're really moving forward like things are almost normal, which is unheard of, at a time when it's not normal for anybody else.
Well, thank you very much, and your generosity allows us to feed 4 people with $1.
That's great. That's amazing.
It's incredible what you're doing, and it's incredible what we can help do with your money.
Good.
Thank you.